Hello again. Um, so I did my other video, just barely, and uploaded it, and it was kind of spacey and not very prepared. Anyway, and I had no clue what I should talk about. And then I sat down to upload it, and I just had this memory come to mind. Um, And so I was like, maybe I should talk about that. I'm going to read this here. So Ecclesiastes 3 says, "There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God." I'm not sure what version that is. I just pulled it up on Google. Um, but I do know that the basis of the version that I use says the same thing. So that's okay. Anyway, so shortly after I came to the Lord, I don't know if you watched my other testimony about um, after God had sent us back to our hometown um, to deal with the things that we had kind of run away from or not. But so we were living in that town. It was right like one town over from our original hometown, so it was really close. Anyway, um, and I was like trying to find, I think it was like the library or something silly, stupid, not that important. I'm like trying to find it. I can't find it. And I'm starting to get really frustrated. And I'm like yelling at the stop signs and I'm yelling at other drivers. And I'm just like, I just went around this block. This town is like so tiny. It's like maybe 10 blocks long and my 10 blocks wide. So it's like a really tiny town. So I'm like, I just went around this block like 8 times. Why can't I find this? It has to be here. This is the address. And I'm like cussing, screaming, yes, cussing. Anyway, I'm just like having an absolute fit. And in my mind, I stop at the stop sign. I'm yelling at the stop sign for being in my way and making me stop when I need to go find this whatever it was that I was finding. And in my mind, I'm like, God's probably sitting up there laughing at me, making me not see the building just to show that he has a sense of humor and that I need to chill out. I need to take a break. Like, that's what's going through my mind. So I'm at the stop sign and I'm like, this stupid stop sign that I've seen 18 times, blah, 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 blah. And my daughter's in the back seat. I think she was 5, 4, 5. Anyway, and she goes, "Mom," in this cute little tiny voice. So, my daughter, the rest of us are really loud. We're really boisterous. We're super opinionated. We hold nothing back. We're very blunt. We've been called abrasive. Um, we get told that we're interrupting and like frequently because we're just like a loud group. We're that group that walks in the room and everyone knows we're there. Everyone can hear everything we say. We've tried to be quiet a million times and finally just accepted that this is who we are. That's who we were made to be. We're that way when we're happy, when we're mad, when we're sad, if we're praying, if we're fighting, it doesn't matter. That's just the people we are, except for my daughter. My daughter is the cutest little thing. Like when she was little, she looked just like Cindy Lou Who. And she has that cute, tiny little voice and that tiny little button nose. And she, Mom, this cute, tiny voice. I barely even heard her. I often cannot hear her when she's sitting in the back of the car because she's just so quiet and cute and dainty and girly and completely opposite from the rest of us. I'm convinced that God gave her that personality just to slow the rest of us down and quiet us enough to have to recognize her and be mindful of her. Super great lessons in being her mom. I absolutely love it. She's amazing. So I'm sitting at the stop sign and I'm yelling and I'm mad and I can't find this. And she's, Mom. And I'm like, what? Beautiful daughter. I didn't say beautiful daughter. I'm like, well, really what it was like, what? You know, because I'm frustrated. She goes, Mom, God's laughing at you. And I went, yep, God is laughing at me. And it totally broke up. The entire frustration, the entire ordeal, it broke it all up. And I laughed. I laughed so hard I cried. And I'm like, this isn't even that funny. It's not that funny. But it was so touching. And I remember that because it's so touching to have a God who cares so much, even about just breaking up the tension, that he will tell your child that, time to laugh. And out of the mouths of babes, he has perfected praise. That's another verse. I don't know where it's cited. Sometimes they just come to me while I'm talking. Anyways, so it totally broke up the tension. I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard that I'm crying. I turn the corner, the same corner I have turned on, like, I don't even know how many times. I've been driving around for 30 minutes. So, how many times can you go around in a block in 30 minutes? Like a lot of times. And there it is. What I was looking for. There it was. And I'm like, okay, God, are you serious right now? And that was probably when I was like, okay, God is, sorry, really like not this serious all the time, have to always be uptight and serious and doing stuff and fixing everything. It's okay to laugh. So, don't know who needs to hear that. Don't know why I thought of it. But it's okay to laugh. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to get frustrated, and it's okay to laugh your way out of the frustration and listen to the people around you, even if they're smaller. You don't know. The Holy Spirit uses anybody he wants, whenever he wants, in any situation that he wants, and he cares about all of your little details too. And it's okay. Just laugh. It's okay. Nobody's getting out alive. Quit taking it all so serious. And I love you. Now I will say have a good week. Bye.